the thought of dragging your whole body up to a business for 30 to 40 years and doing the same old thing day in and day out makes you sick to your stomach, you're going to want to listen to this video, because I'm sharing with you a high-paying remote job that you can get into in tech in as little as 3 to 6 months, even if you're not techie. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you what it is. I'll show you why it's a good option for complete beginners. I'll tell you about a day in the life of this role, and I'll show you some jobs that are hiring for this particular position, like right now. And we'll look at some skills that you'll need to be successful in this role. Welcome back to my channel. I'm LaTanja, and I share all things remote jobs and online business ideas. So if you're ready, go ahead and save this for later, because I don't think you're going to want to lose this one. All right, so here's the remote role. It's called QA software tester. So this is what a QA software tester does. And QA stands for quality assurance. And so what they do is they make sure that a website or an application that a company uses is bug free, so that when the end users or the customers get it, then they don't have any problems and they don't lose money because of it. Look, you are already a software tester. You just didn't even know it. Let me explain. More often than not, as a customer or as an employee, you're on a website or you're on an application all day. And sometimes you may find bugs, you may find glitches, you may find things that are not working properly. And when you do, you report those things to the company. You're doing a QA job. So let me give you a couple of examples. So let's pretend that you're on Target.com and you're trying to put this cute dress in your shopping cart, and it just will not go in your shopping cart. And it clearly states that, you know, there are plenty of dresses available, but you just can't get it in your shopping cart. That's a glitch. That's a bug. And that means that the QAs will need to report that. Okay. But more often than not, you're going to be the one to report that to the company. And if you do, you've done the job of a QA. Or let's say that you're playing your favorite game and your player just falls through the ground and you don't see him anymore. That's a QA issue. So a QA would need to play that game and report that issue to developers so that they can figure that out and make sure that doesn't happen. So these are just a few of the things that QA software testers can prevent, and it saves companies thousands upon thousands of dollars. So they're willing to compensate QAs to do this job for them because they know that the QA position will save them money. Now, let's look at why QA software testing is really good for complete beginners. Number one is it has a low barrier to entry. Unlike a lot of other tech jobs that require you to have a lot of coding knowledge, you don't have to have that. And you don't have to have all these different certifications. You just need a basic understanding of how software works. Like I said before, going to a website and knowing how to click on things and knowing how they're supposed to work when you click on it. Just need that type of understanding, and the rest you can learn. Now, the next reason why it's really good for beginners is that it's in high demand. There's so many companies that use QA software testers, and if they don't, they need to be, because you want to make sure that your website or your app is working properly so that you don't frustrate the customers and they go somewhere else. So for that reason alone, there's always going to be a high demand for QA software testers. Reason number 3 is that there are diverse industry options. QAs are needed in all kinds of industries. Like I mentioned before, they're needed in healthcare, gaming, education, e-commerce, finance, you name it, they need it. So this allows you to work in sectors that interest you most. Another reason is that you're continuously learning. Technology is always evolving, which means you'll always be learning something new. So if you like to stay up to date with technology and the latest trends, this career might be something you might want to check out. Another reason you might like this career is for critical thinking skills. QA software testing sharpens your critical thinking skills. So if you like problem solving and thinking critically, this might be for you. Another reason you might like this is because of the teamwork and collaboration aspect of it. You work closely with developers, project managers, and because of that, this improves your communication skills. And we have learned that communication is the top tier, one of the top tiers of the value ladder. It makes you more valuable. And the last reason, but not least, is career growth. Starting as a QA software tester can lead you to all other types of careers in tech that pay even more. Now, let's look at some of the average pay for QA software testers. Average pay for a QA analyst ranges from around $80,000 to $90,000 per year, and that will depend on a few things and also how you position yourself as a software tester when you're interviewing. Even if you haven't worked as a software tester before, meaning if you've tested software at your job simply by using the software or using the websites and reporting any problems to the company, you have experience already. That's what I mean, again, as we've all had experience as software testers, we just didn't know it. So this is gonna work in your advantage, especially if you're interested in a field similar to one in which you worked. All right, did that look good? So let me tell you about a day in the life of a QA software tester. So a typical day may mean that you're looking at new features that have been added to a website or application, and you're trying to see if that application or that software is working correctly because the new features were added. Sometimes when new things are added to software, other things break. And so they need QAs to go in and test it out. Hey, can I order this dress from Amazon? Can I order these shoes from Target? Because we added something else over here, let's make sure I can still order this that we already were able to order before. Does that make sense? If you do find a glitch or a bug, then you report it. That's it. You don't have to fix it. Now, here are a few skills that you'll need to be successful. And don't worry, if you don't have all these skills, you can learn on the job. Number one is attention to detail. Being able to pay attention to detail is important. Number two is analytical thinking. Number three is a basic technical knowledge, like can you turn on a computer? Can you navigate to a website? Can you click links? Good communication skills. And even if you don't have them quite yet, working with a team of others will help hone those communication skills and make you better. You'll need patience and persistence. And you'll need curiosity and a willingness to learn. Like I said before, a lot of jobs will train you on the job. So you just need to be willing to learn. Now, let's look at what some of these titles are for QA software testers. Then we'll look at some jobs. Here are just a few titles that you can search for as a QA software tester. Now, there are even more options than this, but these are just a few to get started. For the sake of time, we won't be able to click on all of the jobs I'm going to show you today, but I wanted to highlight one of them just to show another salary range. Pretty good, huh? Also, many of these jobs have health and dental benefits along with stock options. So just take a look around. And some of them are contract only, meaning you don't have to work for a specific company, but you can do contract work for yourself if you don't want to be tied down. And I'd like to also point out that all of these positions are fully remote. Now, there are many QA jobs that do have hybrid positions, but you know, over here, we don't aim to pull up to any building. Now, if this was interesting to you at all, I have a free guide down below in the description with more information to learn more about QA software testing. It's a pretty cool field because what you do is important to customers and businesses. So if you enjoy problem solving, you have an eye for detail, and you don't mind working with technology, this might be for you. All right, thanks for watching. If this video was helpful in any way, make sure to like, subscribe, and save this for later. Let me know down in the comments if you think you'll try this. All right, till next time, I'll see you at the house, honey.